So I got some interest in my last video about the Snapmaker U1 Toolheads. Now this is a 234 toolhead. The number 1 toolhead mounts differently, so they are slightly different. I would say they're probably mostly the same, but just gonna put that out there. So there's just a magnet cover on the back here. And one of the things, something I'm having a problem with right now is extruding filament and also not touching this hot nozzle because I'm dumb and keep touching it. Yeah, so I'm gonna take it apart, see if there's maybe any filament stuck in here or chunks stuck in here. I have cleared the nozzle with the needle. So there's not actually anything blocking in here, so I don't know why it's not extruding through. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and take out, there's 2 screws here for the nozzle itself. There's 2 screws over here that hold the fan in. See if I can get closer on that. Screw there and a screw there that hold the fan in. And then there's 4 main screws that hold this back body on together to the face. And then it's 1, 2, and then there's 1 up here in that hole and 1 up here in this hole. We'll also take these 3 screws out here. This cover will come off. There's a circuit board on top of here that has 2 screws in it. We'll take that off, and then this will all just come apart, and then we'll be able to see into here, into the nozzle and everything, or into the extruder. So we'll take these off first. I'm trying to do this as first person as I can for you guys. Try to make it a video. Now there are 2 different sizes that you're gonna need for this. You're gonna need a 2.0 and a 1.5 hex. I personally like the ball ends, but sometimes if they're really torqued in or really well, you might need the non-ball end wrench to get them started. And I picked the wrong one. Alright, so I'm going to take these 3 out. And then this top cover will come off. Set that over there. That screw. We'll lose those. And like I said, there are 2 screws here. There's 1 here. Oops, sorry. There's 1 here and 1 here. These are 2 different sizes, so this is the 2.0 and the other one is the 1.5. Oh shoot, almost lost that one. That's how you know it's real, folks. Also, this screw is way longer than it should be, in my opinion. Alright. So, yep, I definitely just threw that one across the floor. I'll have to go find that later. Alright, so that loosens this board here, which really just loosens it from the front frame there, so we can pull these apart when we're ready. So I'm going to go ahead and take off the screws holding the extruder, or the nozzle. This one, these 2 can be a little bit tricky because of this magnet right here. Sometimes, especially when you're trying to put them back in, that magnet really wants to just take them and hold on to them or pull them up. So it's hard to get them out, so you can like that. Alright, so we take those 2 out and put that one out there. The magnet caught that one. And then our nozzle is free. And yeah, see, that was what I was curious about. Had a broken piece of filament stuck in there that was keeping us from being able to push it through. So That filament right there broke off inside of the extruder, but after the extruder motor. So I'm probably gonna have to heat this up to get that back out again. But I will show you taking this apart the rest of the way, and then I'll fix that afterwards. All right, so take these screws out here. So just like when we're taking the board apart, these screws are mixed between the 2 and the 1.5. The one on the bottom left and the top right are the 2.0. The one on the top left and bottom right are the 1.5. I really need to get a dish or something to put all my screws in here. This one. Come on, you want to come out of there? I know you do. So now the only thing holding this together is the cable and then the fan. Once you take out those 2 screws for the fan, that lets you take this completely off of that base. So this is your extruder cover. And once you take out these 4 bolts that are all the 2.0, yep, they're the 2.0, so grab the right one. Once you get to here, you get these 4 screws out. You can gently lift on this plate, this block here, and it's gonna come straight up and out. And there is your extruder. So you can spin it. Takes a little bit more pressure than my finger wants to do. So your filament comes in through up here, comes down. This is your filament sensor here. Comes in through into those 2 gears right there. In through there. And pushes down through here. This is your tension screw. I haven't really had to mess with it on this at all, so at the moment I would say just go ahead and leave it stock. Yeah, that's kind of a quick overview and my jumbled mess of the Snapmaker U1 Toolhead. If you have any questions, put it in the comments below.